We are learning new details tonight about the moments after the deadly attack at the Orlando nightclub. Officials now say that the shooter's threats that he'd strapped explosives to hostages and the belief that Omar Mateen had explosive vests caused a delay in sending paramedics into that club. Mateen's attack killed 49 people, and now federal prosecutors have convened a grand jury to investigate what Mateen's wife may have known about her husband's plans. Fox 5's Nathalie Pozzo has been in Orlando covering the story all week this week. She's live near the club right now. Nathalie, the FBI is still on the scene there, but they're trying to help the city get back to normal, we understand.
Tom, the FBI says they are committed to staying as long as they need to, but they are working to reduce their footprint so the city can get back to a sense of normalcy. In fact, today they did open up part of the road here. We're a little bit closer to where this horrific attack all unfolded. Pulse nightclub located about a block from where we are, and it has been an overwhelming past few days for these investigators, but they continue to stand shoulder to shoulder as they move on with the investigation of this horrific attack. FBI Special Agent Ron Hopper says they're combing not just the streets, but everywhere they believe the gunman may have been before opening fire inside Pulse nightclub, where investigators continue gathering evidence.
This was an act of violence born out of hate that inflicted terror on an entire community. So I would call it a hate crime. I would call it terrorism. It's both.
Investigators are also collecting all digital, video, and electronic evidence. At a briefing Wednesday, U.S. Attorney Lee Bentley stressing that it's too early to talk about charges.
I'm not going to speculate today as to any charges that may be brought, or indeed about whether any charges will be brought in this case. It is premature to do so.
Families of the 49 victims are now planning funerals and burying their loved ones. The Orlando mayor announcing the opening of a family assistance center where those directly affected by the massacre can get help.
Crime victim services, lodging, funeral services, ground transportation. A number of airlines have stepped up to say that we will provide.
The LGBT Center of Central Florida will have 600 counselors on site to provide support, and millions of dollars have been donated to help victims and the community during this unbearable pain.
We thought we were taking a step forward. We are going to take a step forward, and this man and his malicious, vicious acts of hatred are not going to set us back.
And the FBI urging anyone who may have had contact with the gunman, may know anything, to call them. They say no detail is too small. Reporting live in Orlando, Nathalie Pozzo, Fox 5 News.
Thank you, Nathalie. Well, tomorrow